You can feel confident when calling because Total Financial Freedom is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and a Christian-owned company. Don't get stuck in the endless cycle of payments. You have the right to get your debt resolved and substantially reduce your monthly payments. Call Christian-owned Total Financial Freedom now at 800-533-6605. That's 800-533-6605. 800-533-6605.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Pretty routine forecast as endless summer continues. I've got the rain chances at 20% or less with partly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight low temperatures 70 to 72. Some hot days ahead with mid-90s on Friday and Saturday. Not exactly football weather, right? Lots of sun with rain chances, not 0, but 20% or less, And then perhaps upper 80s for a high on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Once upon a time, I was a liberal. Well, to be honest, less than a year ago, I was still a liberal. I became a liberal because I felt I'd found a tribe whose values aligned with my own. I staunchly reject racism of any kind. I reject the marginalization of any human being based off of their gender or sexual orientation. I reject tyrannical groupthink. I reject a system which allows an ambitious, misinformed, and dogmatic mob to suppress free speech, create false narratives, and apathetically steamroll over the truth. I reject the acceptance of junk science and superstition to advance ideological agendas. I reject hate. These are the reasons why I became a liberal. And these are the same reasons why I am now walking away. For years now, I have watched as the left has devolved into intolerant, inflexible, illogical, hateful, misguided, ill-informed, un-American, hypocritical, menacing, callous, ignorant, narrow-minded, and at times, blatantly fascistic behavior and rhetoric. Liberalism has been co-opted and absorbed by the very characteristics it claims to fight against. For years now, I've watched as people on the left have become anesthetized to their own prejudices and bigotry, and the prejudices and bigotry of those around them who echo their values. I have watched as formerly sensible people who claim to reject racism have come to embrace the principles of universally hating and blaming all of society's problems on all people who have white skin. I have witnessed the irony of advocacy for gender equality morph into blatant hatred and intolerance of men and masculinity. I have seen the once earnest fight for equality for the LGBT community mutate into an illogical demonization of heteronormativity and the push to vilify and attack our conventional concepts of gender. These same self-proclaimed victims of intolerance now turning on the gay community that they attached themselves to advance their agenda, now calling gay people privileged and themselves victims of injustice. I have watched as the left has allowed themselves to become hypnotized by false narratives and conclusions perpetuated by social justice warriors who misrepresent and misconstrue facts, evidence, and events to confirm their own biases that everyone who does not comply with their prejudicial conclusions and follow their orders is a racist, a bigot, a Nazi, a white supremacist, homophobic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, misogynistic, and alt-right extremist. And I have watched as they've used these heartless and carelessly assigned labels to intimidate, threaten, bully, silence, attack, unemploy, blacklist, and destroy anybody who dares to fight back. They'll come for me, and then they'll come for you. And worst of all, the Democratic Party and the liberal media has embraced, affirmed, aided, and abetted this cult ideology. In an effort to gain voters and maintain power, the Democratic Party that I once loved has joined forces with the extremist left. The Democratic Party and the liberal media now believe their own ill-gotten conclusions and have ominously decided that they, and only they, know the remedy for society's ills. The left has decided that the solution to problems with race relations in America is more racism. The left believes that attacking, insulting, and dehumanizing one group of people elevates another. The left now believes that there are no boundaries when telling lies, omitting the truth, or misrepresenting facts when telling the news, because their end justifies their means. The left has now decided that its point of view is the only acceptable one, and that suppressing, censoring, and banning open dialogue and debate is virtuous and progressive. The Democratic Party has adopted a deleterious belief system, happily and without skepticism, separating people into groups based off of identity and then organizing them into camps of victims and oppressors. If you are a person of color, an LGBT person, a woman, or an American immigrant, the Democratic Party wants you to know that you are a victim and destined to stay that way. They will insist that you are a victim doomed to exist within a system that is rigged against you, that you are a victim of systemic oppression, that you are a victim of your circumstances, and that no amount of hard work or motivational action will ever allow you to overcome your victimhood or the privilege of those around you. This is perhaps the Democratic Party's greatest and most insidious lie. But if you are a minority in America today, the left-wing politicians and the liberal media don't want you to ever discover this lie. So they bombard us with stories designed to reinforce the narrative that you are in danger, that you cannot succeed. They manipulate your fears and concerns by telling you that you are disadvantaged, disempowered, and disposable to everyone except them. They will tell you that you need them. They will tell you that you are only safe under their supervision. They will promise to liberate you from all that chains you. And then they will do absolutely nothing for you. Once upon a time, I was a liberal, but liberalism has changed, and I will no longer be a part of an ideology or political party that represents everything that contradicts my values of unity, equal opportunity, personal empowerment, compassion, and love. So I am walking away, and I encourage all of you to do the same. Walk away.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is the big broadcast. Happy Hour News Talk 93.1 of NWACB Thursday edition. A little change in the scheduling today. We're going to have David Blackman at 3:30 for a whole hour. Pamela Dubuque is here.
And here they are.
And we start with our top story at 3:12. In fact, I have the video queued up for this.
I see.
This is Kaylin DeBoer responding to a report about there being a growing concern among boosters about the direction of the program. Now, we're not a sports talk show, but this is important to everybody.
On3 reported this morning that there's growing concern
among boosters about the direction of the program. Just what level of conversation have you had with them, and what would be your message to reassure them?
Yeah, I mean, my message is that our team I think we got a really good football. I think we got a good football team that can do some big things still this year. We got to prove it. We got to go do it. And to this point, it's been just me being able to focus on football. And I appreciate that.
On 3 reported this morning that there's growing concern.
I mean, we all knew following Nick Saban, nobody was going to be able to fill his shoes right away.
No.
Anybody would be facing this criticism.
Yeah, I mean, my
Anybody.
I'm not trying to pile
our
on
team
either.
is
I don't really care. I'm
I think we got a really good football. I think we got a good
Now the
football
truth
team.
comes out.
But I mean,
big things still this year. We got
who was going to follow Nick Saban and blow it up and just knock it out of the park? Nobody.
To this point, it's been
Nobody.
Hey, those of you who watch this Happy Hour with Greg Goodell on YouTube,
On 3 reported this morning
now that
there's
Pamela's
growing
made it really
concern,
clear
among boosters
who
about
she
the
roots
direction
for,
of the program.
is she
Just
less
what
hot to
level
you?
of conversation
No.
have you had with them?
Does this
What would be your
impact
message to
your
reassure them?
perception
Yeah, I
of
mean,
Pamela?
my message is that
Listen.
our
minds
team
wanna know.
I think we got a really good football. I think we got a good football team.
So
that can
we are
do some
working
big
with
things
Mark
still
Robert to
this
find
year.
a new time
We got to prove it. We got to
in
go
the
do
weekday
it.
schedule
And,
to put him on.
to this.
We're running up against some schedule issues, and
Just me being able to
I
focus
would
on
rather
football.
have
And I appreciate that.
uninterrupted time.
On
David
3
and
reported
Mark,
this morning that there's
but not
growing
back to back
concern
to back. It's
among boosters
frenetic.
about the direction of the
So,
program.
lots
Just
to
what
talk
level
about
of
today.
conversation
To,
have you had with them, and what would be your message to reassure?
What the hell? Here it is. The phone. Let's see. I want to see how the market did today. For crying out loud. The jobs report didn't look. Oh, it's up 350. Oh, well, that's good news. We'll talk to Brett McDonald about that. He of Invista Advisors, a place that can help you plan for your financial future for 387-0094. This is the voice I talk to when I have multiple M&Ms sliding down my throat.
We have 2 weigh-ins already about whether people like me more or less, being an Auburn fan. 2 for liking me more.
War Eagle.
Yeah.
That's my report. So I'm very eager to hear it because the market was in the negative territory. And through the course of a day, so much happens. Coming up, RFK Jr. exposes Elizabeth Warren. I know you've taken $855,000 from Big Pharma, Senator. I actually have the clip. We'll play that later. What else? The vaccine, I've heard a lot of people, and this is in part a result of media manipulation. They're wondering why they're ending vaccine mandates in Florida. I believe we can have Governor Ron DeSantis explain that better than I can.
Do you have something to share?
I already have one queued up, right? And I already forgot which one it was. Leftist protesters. First of all, I think we need to take a look at the fact that so many of the recent school shootings have been committed by trannies. I think we need to take a really cold, hard look at that behavior, that illness, whatever you want to call it. Because there's like, what, 7 or 8 out of these school shooters have been transgenders? I'm sorry, I can't. I think that deserves some scrutiny.
You want to hear a crazy conspiracy theory I just thought about? Maybe the left. Okay, so I think all those shootings are just false flag events, and they're all coordinated in order to further their agendas.
Which is to get rid of the Second
Gun
Amendment.
control, yes.
Yeah.
What if the left realizes how unhinged they've become and they regret the trans movement? So they
should already
picking these kids to be their fall guys in order to walk it back a little bit.
They don't do anything that comes from the brain or the heart.
Well,
it all
no,
comes from politics.
Everybody is, I know. And all of these things, they're seeing that they are the minority in this, and they thought that they were going to get a lot more people on board with it, with the drag library hours and all this stuff, and it hasn't worked out.
No.
So they're trying to walk it back. But they're doing it in that insidious way that they do.
They do everything in an insidious way. They don't do anything without some type of political or financial motivation. And they did successfully bully a lot of people into this. I mean, not just transgender, that you can declare your sex. I feel like a girl today, so treat me like a woman. Use my pronouns.
Mm-hmm.
Have you looked at the results of our public school system? I'll bet half the kids graduating today wouldn't know a pronoun from an action verb. Come to think of it, I might not know a pronoun from an action verb, but I'm just saying.
You do.
I am a professional writer.
But do you know an adverb?
Yeah. I walked crisply. Crisply is the adjective or adverb to walk, which is the action verb. I passed the test, teacher.
Yes.
Ooh.
100%.
Great. Maybe I'll get an extra minute or two of recess, which on this show means I can go out and smoke.
Exactly. Nicotine.
So we'll be covering all of those things. Scott Jennings on CNN. I wish I could play the clip, but I can't. But he called Tim Walz the cartoonish, buffoonish governor of Minnesota a piece of shinola today.
We can say the letters. POS.
Unscramble this. S-I-T-H. I just spelled Sith, which sounds...
That's our wordle for the day.
Sith sounds like a disease. I have the Sith.
Isn't that from Star Wars?
I think so.
Revenge of the Sith?
It's either from Star Wars or the Middle East. I don't know. It's just one of those words. Renewed calls for rate cuts as hiring slows. Son of a bitch, Jerome Powell, thank you for doing nothing. You turd bucket, you politicized piece of Sith. We could use that word. Yeah. I think we just had solved the problem.
Woo.
Yeah. So what we asked Brant the other day, when are they going to do that? I think that's coming up soon. Like next week, they'll announce what they're going to do. And they need to do a full point. You played games, you played politics. Jerome Powell, you should be ashamed because you're deliberately trying to hurt the country because you hate Donald Trump for whatever sick, twisted reason. Not good. All right, let me speak to those who are, and again, David Blackman coming up in about 15 minutes on News Talk 93.1 FM. Let me speak to those of you who are hoping to engage the American dream soon. Before you buy a house, before you even shop, the people that you're trying to buy a house from will be much more impressed if you can show them a pre-approval certificate from Morris Capuano and Troy Bank and Trust. This is how you get taken seriously when you make an offer on a place. And man, we'll have Eddie Bader on tomorrow. There are some awesome buying opportunities out there. It's starting to loosen up. Rate cut will only accelerate that momentum. So the best deals will be out early, and you want to get in front of that. Call Morris at 409-9300. You love working with him. He's been doing this for many, many years. It never gets old. He lives to put the keys to your new home in your hand. 409-9300. But maybe you're looking to make a home improvement in your current place. Call Mo, 409-9300. Troy Bank and Trust has vast resources throughout the state of Alabama that he can help you get access to for whatever the need happens to be. If you want to start a business or you need money for investments, same guy, same number, 409-9300. Troy Bank and Trust is an equal housing lender, member FDIC. They are chartered to remain by that name, so they can't be bought, sold, or mortgaged. When you have a partnership with them, it's for keeps. 409-9300. Their NMLS number is 88697. So we have first traffic of the afternoon.
We had an accident reported earlier, I-65 northbound, mile marker 195. If you're traveling up towards Clanton, that's going to be near Pine Level. They're calling that one a minor accident. In Montgomery, Mobile Highway at West Boulevard, moderate crash. Possible injuries there. Please be on the lookout for emergency vehicles there. And we have light to mostly moderate traffic all over the area. Very busy and building, especially on the boulevards, Taylor Road and 65 northbound. Great shopping at Premier Place. Shop Beals, Michaels, GameStop, Landmark, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton and Company development. I'm Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
Hello there, this is Dr. Sam, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Frequency sales. The more ads you can get on the air, the better the chance it'll make an impact. Radio allows advertisers an inexpensive way to get their voice heard over and over again. Contact me, Dr. Sam, by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Live local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Yeah, the story, this guy, John Willie, and I'm about to play a clip from him, won the Publishers Clearinghouse. $5,000 a week for life, except life ends at bankruptcy, not always death. And Publishers Clearinghouse went bankrupt. And now here's John, and it hasn't worked out well.
I thought, why didn't they give me a heads up? Hey, we're going out of business, you know? But no, it's like somebody just cut the cord, sold my jet ski, sold my trailer. I had a little bit of money left over, and that's what I'm living on right now. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my home.
Oh.
Now, wait a minute. He has been getting $260,000 a year since 2012. That's well over $2 million. And all he's got to show for that is a trailer that he's going to lose and a jet ski.
You know how people get. They get used to their income and live beyond their means.
Are you kidding? I was one of those. I
I
was
know,
making
so
$5,000 a week. Close.
You know, it's
money turns you stupid.
It can. Yeah.
This is why the people with tons of money, like the billionaires, They're not out there buying stupid stuff.
No, and that's how they keep.
They
their
don't
money.
touch it. They go to Chick-fil-A for lunch. Well, the normal ones do. But so I wasn't quite that dumb. Close. But the mistake is thinking it's going to be there forever, that nothing could happen that would interrupt that, and not setting some of that aside.
Yeah.
$260 a year, you should have paid cash for that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you have a mortgage if you have that kind of money coming in? I mean, that's a lot of dough. All right, we're at 328. Brent at 5:15 this afternoon. Good day in the market. I can't wait to hear good news. And David Blackman is going to join us next for our second take on the never-ending American idiocracy.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. A bill has been pre-filed to ban gender discussion in Alabama classrooms. House Bill 23 would ban discussion of gender identity or sexual orientation in public schools for pre-K through 12th grade. It also bans flags and other signs relating to those topics and requires school staff to call students by their biological sex at birth pronouns. Montgomery police have released the name of the person killed in a Labor Day shooting. The incident happened about 4 p.m. in the 2800 block of Jan Drive, where 19-year-old Antoine Hartwell was shot and killed. This is Montgomery's 45th homicide so far this year. Suspect and motive remain unknown. A Montgomery woman has been arrested for shooting into an occupied home. 20-year-old Isabella Hosey is accused of firing a shot into a home Saturday in the 3100 block of Fredericksburg Drive. Court records indicate the bullet hit a bedroom window and went through a wall where children were sleeping. Fortunately, no one was injured in the shooting. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. Did you know the current national average turn time to close on a mortgage is 48 business days? But not at Alabama Home Mortgage. At Alabama Home Mortgage, our average close time is 16 business days. That's a month faster than the rest. How do we do it? With over 60 years of combined experience in the industry. Our team knows mortgages. Our years of experience yield a better experience for our customers. Folks, time is money. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, don't waste time with another mortgage company, bank, or credit union. We close on time, every time. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our fast turn time is just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Summer is ending, but the deals are hot at Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Just $29 service fee for all your AC and plumbing needs. Better call Clark today. Alabama certification number 09098.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Pretty routine forecast as endless summer continues. I've got the rain chances at 20% or less with partly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight low temperatures 70 to 72. Some hot days ahead with mid-90s on Friday and Saturday. Not exactly football weather, right? Lots of sun with rain chances, not 0, but 20% or less, And then perhaps upper 80s for a high on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1 WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Confirmed in this job, you're going like this. That is, you promised that you would not take away vaccines from anyone who wanted them. You just changed the classification of the COVID vaccine.
I'm not taking them away from people, Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacy.
Well, most Americans are going to get it from their pharmacy for free. Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy free.
The question is, everyone who wants it, that was your promise.
I know I didn't. I never promised that I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said...
And I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies, Senator.
Did you have a big sign saying that you were lying when you said that? Because you are the one who said you would not take them away. Now, Senator,
I'm not taking them away from anybody.
Secretary,
you want me to indicate a product for which there is no clinical data?
Senator,
is that what you want?
Secretary Kennedy, you said you wouldn't, and now you did.
I'm not taking them away. Everybody can get access to them.
As the 21st century began, natural selection, the process by which the strongest, the smartest, the fastest reproduced in greater numbers than the rest, a process which had once favored the noblest traits of man, now began to favor different traits. A dumbing down. How did this happen? Evolution does not necessarily reward intelligence. With no natural predators within the herd, it began to simply reward those who reproduced the most and left the intelligent to become an endangered species.
David Blackman and Greg Budell present Tales of the Idiocracy.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Look, it's David Blackman at 3:35 on a Thursday. And
hey, how about that?
Yeah. And it was also a double honor to open the show by honoring one of our great Native Americans. How does that woman's voice alone?
It's unimaginable to me that anyone would dream of casting a vote for her for anything.
The soundproofing was crumbling off the walls in our studio with her when she talks. It's just the most annoying noise on the planet. She is the what's the word I'm looking for here? She is the leading cause of ED in America.
Knew you were going to say that.
Well, seriously, who could listen to that and then be in the mood for anything but a fist fight?
She's also the leading shill for the pharmaceutical industry in America.
Yeah. So what's she really worried about here? Protecting her almost $1 million donors, or is she really in it for the American people?
Well, so she's been in the Senate for 12 years, and her net worth has increased from less than $1 million to over $30 million. Where do we think all that money came from? She's making $174,000 a year. She didn't save it, right?
He's a Democrat. Isn't she giving that money that she doesn't need to others? Isn't she redistributing her own wealth voluntarily to set an example for the other Democrats out there? Come on, Elizabeth. We have higher expectations of you.
And by the way, he dramatically understated the amount of money she's taken from the pharmaceutical industry. $855,000 is what she took in her last campaign, right? I mean, it's in the millions and millions of dollars in her campaigns over the years.
Wow.
855 is the tip of the iceberg.
And it pays to have a friend in the Senate. And
yeah, well, Pharma's got a lot of friends in the Senate, unfortunately.
Yeah. We really saw that in action during the Trump presidency. You know, the vaccine thing has become an issue in Florida. And I've had people ask David, why are they doing that? Why are they not requiring vaccines when there are vaccines that will truly prevent somebody from ever getting polio? And
there are. Yeah.
But is this just all about restoring that choice to the parents?
Yes.
As opposed to just shoving it down people's throats?
Yeah.
Yeah. And to keep, I mean, look, every child born in America for the last, how many years now? 20 something years. As soon as they're born, has been given the hepatitis B jab. Okay. Now, there is about a 1 in 10,000 chance that that child's parent might be carrying hepatitis B. Okay. And yet, for that 1 in 10,000 chance, and by the way, that can be detected with a simple blood test of the parent.
Right.
Okay. Takes 5 minutes. Instead, what we've chosen to do, or what the CDC has chosen to do, is to just, I mean, most parents don't even know it's happened to their child.
Right.
Now, these vaccines for hepatitis B, they create all sorts of side effects on young children. It's incredibly dangerous to be doing this to these kids to prevent the spread of this disease. Okay. Now, we want to prevent the spread of that disease. That's easily accomplished by a simple blood test of the mother. That's it. That's all it takes.
The labs over the course of their pregnancy anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, going in whether she's carrying that.
Yeah. You're tested for all kinds of stuff.
And so and that's just one of, like, I think by the time they get into first grade, the current schedule in Texas, it varies by state, but the current schedule in Texas requires these children to have had 36 different vaccinations before they go to first grade.
And that is required to attend public school.
Right. That's required to attend public schools. That's going to be done away with. Now, are there vaccines that are good at actually preventing disease? Sure. But I mean, that doesn't mean you give them a COVID jab when the chances 1 in 10 million that they're going to get COVID, which is, by the way, actually the flu. Okay. So this is all just an enormous multi-billion-dollar racket for the pharmaceutical companies. And it's high time, it's long past time that it all be reformed. And thank God Robert Kennedy is there to lead the way. And I hope President Trump, I know he has a lot of pride in Operation Warp Speed. It's misplaced pride. I hope someone can get to him and convince him of that and make him understand that these mRNA vaccines are incredibly dangerous. They've killed an awful lot of people. It's not his fault, but
we want to see
someone needs to be held accountable for it. Anthony Fauci needs to be held accountable for it.
Yes, even if that shrimp has to spend the rest of his miserable little life in jail.
Yeah.
It's got to happen. Got to be held accountable. We have our first call of the afternoon. You're welcome to join David Blackman, Pamela Dubuque, and myself at 272-9228. And the call is from Soldier Boy.
Hello.
Hello, are we there?
Soldier Boy.
The Shirelles wanted to.
Oh, my little soldier boy.
I'm hearing the Shirelles in the background.
Well,
take two, Soldier Boy.
We lost him.
Moments like that break my heart. All right, so all Florida's doing.
Oh, that's probably him.
Well, Florida ended the state schedule, okay, and Kennedy's going after the federal schedule. And so there's two different schedules. It's very confusing. Your parents can't keep up with it. And there's unfortunately no one that can be trusted in the whole chain of command on that.
Yeah.
I mean, the CDC is owned by the pharmaceutical companies, okay? Food and Drug Administration owned by the pharmaceutical companies. This is not even arguable. And when you have corrupt politicians like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders sitting on that committee that has oversight over all this, it's a horrible situation. And voters have to start doing a better job of deciding who they're going to put in Congress. I mean, because that's the real problem here, is we're putting corrupt individuals in these public offices. Now, Alabama's not. Texas is sometimes, but Alabama's senators, I don't think, have a problem, period. Cornyn from Texas probably has a problem. I don't think Ted Cruz does. But, so it's, and there's one point in that hearing when he's talking to Bernie Sanders, and Sanders blurts out, well, everybody here is taking money from the pharmaceutical company. Does it mean we're all corrupt except for you, Mr. Kennedy? Well, Kennedy's not taking any money from them. And the answer to the question is yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You're all compromised. Every one of them is compromised. And we need to end the ability for these companies to participate in the political process when they're, particularly from lobbying on these bills that are going to, mean billions and billions of dollars to their bottom line. And we also need to end the ability for pharmaceutical companies do what every other country in the world, except for Australia, has done, and end their ability to advertise on television.
Yes.
Should not be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed because they compromise the news coverage too.
This is weird. I want to mention it before I forget it, but J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, just said that Donald Trump is begging to talk to him.
Get in my belly!
Why would Donald Trump? Does anybody really believe Donald Trump is going to beg that
No.
fat bastard to do anything?
No, he's probably gotten a call or two from the White House in recent weeks, just trying to talk to him about bringing National Guard in to help save a bunch of lives in Chicago. And the fat guy won't take the call.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean
stay at Wendy's. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, we do have calls. And Old Navy, welcome back to the show. Where you been, man?
I've been busy.
I'm sure you have, but we're just happy to see your name.
I've been writing books.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, good.
My question is, we've got 3 for 3 now that have got mortgage fraud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The average American can't afford 2 homes.
Right.
Everybody in Congress can afford 2 homes.
Apparently.
Just check them all. Why don't we just check them all and see who's rotten?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. That process is happening. That's how Lisa, what's her name on the Fed got discovered. They're going through person by person and checking those records.
And they've got to continue to see how some of these Congress folk. I think the most protected person in Congress is Ilhan Omar. You're not allowed to question how she got in, who she's married to, how did you get $30 million in this country you hate, et cetera, et cetera. We need to find out how they build up these enormous portfolios.
Well, and we know she lied on her visa application. She should have been deported years ago. She should be deported today.
Maybe Trump is holding that one up his sleeve.
Maybe so. I don't know. Could be using it for leverage.
And when that does happen, here's what the media will say. Old Navy vet, great to have you back. Anything else you wanted to say?
Oh, that's it. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. All right. Soldier Boy has returned.
Yes, I guess that was my mute error, but hey, I was thinking I was going to say something. David, you stole my thunder. How do you think every 5th commercial on television is a pharmaceutical commercial?
Yeah.
What do you think you're paying for all that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, pharmaceutical ads are like a quarter of Fox News's revenues.
Yeah.
Well, think about that. And that's why you never see any critical segments of the pharmaceutical industry on Fox News. It's a forbidden subject. And CNN's no different. And so anyway.
And you know what, David, they should also change it. The commercials, they can't have commercials about pharmaceutical crap on television and have the same rules and laws they have on smoking.
Man, I miss a Marlboro commercial. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's because the man on the tap.
The Marlboro Man.
Marlboro Man was cool.
Oh my goodness.
And NASCAR has not been the same since Winston.
Winston Cup racing.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
let him keep the name. Yeah, it's all fascism.
Hmm.
I was doing our business when they banned the cigarette ads, and it cost a lot of people jobs.
Yeah.
And it made jobs harder to get for quite some time while the industry adapted.
Sure. Yeah.
They adapt to the commercials. I mean, cigarettes, they're in magazines, they're in newspapers.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere.
Well, they got rid of all that, but they still advertise the hell out of alcohol, which last I checked still kills plenty of people and makes plenty of people sick. Thanks for the call.
But you can't, if you know, I mean, you know, there's a prohibition on advertising on television for alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
That all they can do is hold the beer up and do these salutes, you know, and do this and that. They can't take a sip on camera. Yeah.
Right.
But there's no prohibition on a man wearing a dress, you know, doing his thing with his Bud Light. How's that working out there?
Of course, the trade-off for letting the cigarette companies advertise all over the damn place was the whole country smelled like a cigarette for about 100 years. So, you know, I'm glad it doesn't smell like a cigarette anymore.
Yeah.
It did. I mean, every restaurant you'd go into, oh my God, it was just, you know, it was ubiquitous. My dad smoked, my uncle smoked, you know, my brother smoked.
My mom was allowed to smoke in the hospital after she had me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was allowed to smoke in the hospital after I had my rotator cuff rebuilt.
Yeah. My doctor, when I was a kid, was a chain smoker. I'd go into his office. He's sitting there. He's got an ashtray full of ashes and cigarette. Well, it looks like you got cancer, son.
And I want everybody to notice I'm no kid anymore, and I'm as healthy as a horse.
I was one of the lucky ones when I was a kid. I tried to smoke a cigarette. We were having a poker game, and it was like 2:00 in the morning. One of my buddies convinced me to smoke a cigarette. Made me sick. I puked my guts out.
Oh no!
Lost the next hand, and I never picked up a cigarette again. So that was really.
You know, I've heard a lot of people tell me that story over the years. Their first contact with a cigarette was so awful.
Yeah.
I'm so sick they never even thought about trying it a second
They're
time.
strong.
You know,
They'll make you have a tummy ache.
Yeah.
Democrats make me sick. Why can't people swear off them?
Yeah, that's a bad habit too, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's a very good idea.
Man, that's really good. I wish I'd have thought of that analogy. I could write like 1,200 words on that in the morning.
Let's see how I want to see how Cracker Barrel stock is doing today. You know, in fact, I have a spy report I want to share with you,
I was
David.
just going to say it's been a few days since we heard about what the local restaurants have been doing.
Look at me, look this up like I know what the hell I'm
Yeah,
doing.
that whole thing kind of disappeared, didn't it?
Well, in large part, I think because it was incredibly effective. You know, and again, you got trannies threatening J.D. Vance's life today with their flag, with their tranny flag. And the media totally understands that, but they don't get the Cracker Barrel situation. Now, our correspondent, Valerie, writes, I went to Cracker Barrel yesterday for lunch. This is in Prattville, Alabama, right up north of us. At about 12:30, prior to the, quote, change, end quote, I would have had to wait at least 30 minutes at that time for a table. It was dead and very quiet in there. They had sent my favorite waitress home due to it being so slow. The only reason I went was I'm trying to get my final PEGS rewards for a free entree. I'm glad you're going, though, Valerie, because you're our correspondent. It's very important.
And that's the downside of that, isn't it? I mean, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs, and that's terrible. And I hate to see that part of it.
People are still complaining, and you can see by the silverware sleeve, they had planned on the change some time ago. I may be wrong, but I don't think there was any logo on the sleeve before. I complained and said false advertising. When I checked out, I noticed behind the cash register, they had jars of food, couldn't read and didn't care to ask, maybe jelly, with the new logo. I doubt that stuff is going to sell. Wonder why it's hidden behind the cash register, but I didn't go over to the food shelves to see if they had any there. I feel sorry for my two favorite waitresses. They aren't making any tips. I'm not going for Thanksgiving which I usually do since it's just me, but I do think I'll drive by about 12:30 that day just to look at the parking lot. Yeah, this silverware sleeve, it's a paper thing, has the new logo on it. So no, they just didn't get this idea 2 weeks ago and spring it. This has been in the works for a long time, and it's still a massive failure because of why? Or as our friend likes to ask,
Because on the counter, you want to know why?
Because they haven't fired the CEO, to my knowledge.
Right.
And
they won't. They probably won't.
So we'll just watch them go out of business.
I know. It's just going to kill the corporation. It's pathetic. I mean, quite obviously, I'm repeating myself, but I watched her for 15 seconds and knew full well this woman is crazy. She's a crazy person. And you've put her at the top of your corporate ladder. And what do you expect the results to be? I mean, any person with any sense could listen to her talk for 15 seconds and understand she's a catastrophe waiting to happen in the corporate world. It's just mind-boggling to me.
Oh, here's some breaking news.
Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say? Shut up.
Here on our Idiocracy broadcast, the Department of Justice reportedly actively considering implementing a policy that would ban transgender individuals it classifies as mentally ill from owning firearms, framing the move as a step to prevent potential acts of violence.
Well,
what's the media going to do with this? I mean,
who knows? I mean, that policy would have saved 50 lives at least in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
What health diagnoses now can't own firearms?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They haven't asked me any questions, so I think I'm okay. But
I'm going to look that up because I wonder.
But what a position that would put, and this is why Trump is playing chess, and they're playing the stick game in the Cracker Barrel. What do? They don't want guns. They want all of our guns taken away. But if we're singling out trannies, who is one of their protected mental illnesses, they'll go crazy, because.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
But, and then media, what about all these mass shootings being committed by trannies? They don't seem to be mentally well. I can't wait to see them explain this. Should be fun. It's always fun.
So on a federal level,
yes,
if you are adjudicated as a mental defective, this is a legal term, not a clinical one, but if the court or a board or other lawful authority finds a person to be a danger to themselves or others, or lacking the mental capacity to manage their own affairs due to a criminal or civil case, then you can be prohibited from the possession or purchase. And if you're involuntarily committed to a mental institution.
That makes sense. I mean, this last person clearly was a danger to himself, right? And to others.
But it has to be deemed by a court or some board. And then there are different state level variations depending on where you're at. But involuntary commitment and the court are the big ones.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say specific diagnoses. It just says that. So it could be a range of things.
All right, we're at 3:56, so let's take our top of the hour break. We'll hear from a very special guest at the beginning of the next hour. We've got our Salem Radio Network news, traffic, and Rich's forecast all coming up. David Blackman, please give your blog address so people can find and support your great work.
Yes, it's davidblackman.substack.com for politics and blackman.substack for energy. I write about both every day and would love to see you there.
And stay tuned because David Blackman's going to join us. Oh, wait a minute. He's already here.
I'm here.
They have it. It's Thursday routine, And I'm happy about this. All right, at 3:56 tomorrow morning, we'll have Don Duncan and our second Duncan and Son Predictathon in this very happy football season. You have a chance to make predictions on the games and win some Duncan dollars redeemable at all 4 Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire locations, the perfect partner for the ongoing maintenance of your vehicle. Cusada in Millbrook, Mount Duncan in Millbrook, the hill behind the McDonald's and Highway 14, downtown at 408 Madison and Bell Road, just north of Vaughan. And look for Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire on Facebook. Here's Skipper, 357.
Very busy afternoon, and we've got a lot of cars on the road now. I-65 and 85 boulevards are very busy, and we have an accident reported East Boulevard near Lagoon Park Drive in that area. Please watch out for it. West Boulevard near the Petro Plus had an accident there earlier. Hoping that one is out of the way. And this just in, an accident East-South Boulevard at Norman Bridge. Please watch out for emergency vehicles there. We'll keep you updated. At McKenna Nissan, they have over 100 used cars in stock, 0% financing up to 60 months on select models. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the River region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Dinner at Epicure isn't just dinner, it's an experience. The best steaks in the Southeast, guaranteed. The Brazilian flap steak, you won't find anything to compare. And if seafood's your thing, the hand-breaded shrimp, triggerfish, and American farm-raised catfish are as fresh as it gets. And pasta, let's just say this isn't your garden variety pasta. It's Epicure, flavorful, fresh, and unforgettable. An extensive wine list, 58 beers on tap, and pick 2 dinners for just $52.99. Epicure, Tuesday through Friday, 4 till 9. Taste the difference.
The Tears family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Feeling the pinch on your food budget? You're not alone. But there's a place where saving money is easy every single day. Food Outlet, with locations in Montgomery, Prattville, and Millbrook. Listen to these specials good through September the 9th. Start your day with Southern favorite breakfast pork chops, $2.94 a pound. Lean and meaty baby back pork ribs, $2.97 a pound. The 100 count Totino's pizza rolls, $6.97 a bag. Red, ripe, and crisp Roma tomatoes, 97 cents a pound. Hamburger Helper assorted flavors, $1.25 a box. Get Kaneka smoked sausage, $5.25 a pound. And the 56-ounce classic Mayfield ice cream, $2.97 each. Visit Food Outlet today and save big. Open 7 days a week, 7 till 9, with the Millbrook store staying open till 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. You'll find us at 720 East Main in Prattville, 3543 Highway 14 in Millbrook, and the Eastbrook Shopping Center in Montgomery. Search Facebook for Food Outlet Prattville and Food Outlet Eastbrook for more great specials. And be sure to like our page.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
It's September 4th, the greatest day ever. On the 4th of September, 2002, Kelly Clarkson is crowned the winner of the first season of American Idol. Kelly became the first of a string of Idol winners to go on to superstardom and become household names like Candace Glover, Caleb Johnson, and Trent Harmon.
Who?
Have a great September 4th, the greatest day ever.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
David Blackman back in 3.
With
SRN News, I'm John Scott. The Justice Department has issued subpoenas as part of an investigation into mortgage fraud allegations against Lisa Cook, who is fighting the Trump administration effort to remove her from her role as a Federal Reserve governor. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced tough bipartisan questioning about his COVID-19 policies in a Senate committee hearing. Democratic senators clashed with Kennedy over his changes to vaccine recommendations, while some Republican senators also expressed concerns. Kennedy defending the fire of the CDC director, claiming that she was dishonest. Stocks finished higher. The Dow up 350 points today. The Nasdaq gained 210, and the S&P 500 added 53 points.
Says Messiah is real. He's just a
From the Salvation Poem Project comes Light of the World.
I really liked that movie.
You're really going to want your fam to see this. It's Jesus' life, so clear and so fun.
I want to see it again.
See the hand-drawn animated film everyone's talking about.
He's the king of all kings.
He's nothing.
He is the light of the world.
Light of the World. Opening in theaters this Friday. Rated PG.
Hi, Rhett Rasmussen of BestHotGrill.com. Step up your grilling game with our Solaire portable infrared grills. Our compact everywhere is a favorite of RVers and trailer pullers. Solaire infrared provides the quick sear for bar marks and texture needed to properly finish sous vide. Use a portable alongside your larger conventional grill to create an instant sear zone and more juicy and flavorful food. Learn more at BestHotGrill.com. Affordable, powerful, portable infrared grills at BestHotGrill.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Pretty routine forecast as endless summer continues. I've got the rain chances at 20% or less with partly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight low temperatures 70 to 72. Some hot days ahead with mid-90s on Friday and Saturday. Not exactly football weather, right? Lots of sun with rain chances, not 0, but 20% or less, And then perhaps upper 80s for a high on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
This next portion of the Idiocracy is brought to you by New York Governor Kathy Hochul.
Botox Cosmetic is FDA approved to temporarily make frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. Oh, ow.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
And now from David Blackman, Ted Cruz schools one of the great members of the nitwittery, the nincompoopery, the imbecility of America, Senator Tim Kaine.
The notion that rights don't come from laws and don't come from the government, but come from the creator, that's what the Iranian government believes. So the statement that our rights do not come from our laws or our governments is extremely troubling.
So Senator Kaine said in this hearing that he found it a radical and dangerous notion that you would say our rights came from God and not from government. I just walked into the hearing as he was saying that, and I almost fell out of my chair because that radical and dangerous notion, in his words, is literally the founding principle upon which the United States of America was created.
Wow.
And if you do not believe me, and you made reference to this, Mr. Barnes, then you can believe perhaps the most prominent Virginian to ever serve, Thomas Jefferson, who wrote in the Declaration of Independence, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their creator. Not by government, not by the Democratic National Committee, but by God.
Wow. He'd be great on the Supreme Court.
He would. He would. He's won 9 cases before the Supreme Court.
I wish Justice Roberts would go away because and with that kind of power statement right there, and Tim Kaine looks like a second grade boy that got the answer wrong on an in-class question.
He's such a doofus. I mean, think about it. The last 2 vice presidential candidates for the Democratic Party, Tim Kaine and Tim Walz. I mean, think about the low, incredibly low standards the Democratic Party has. It's just unbelievable.
Hey, I hear California is now paying to protect Kamala since Trump removed her Secret Service.
Goodness.
Has there ever been a threat on her life? I sincerely doubt there's ever been a credible threat on her life.
No.
What are they protecting her from?
Well, the trannies aren't going to go get her. I mean,
what would be the point of anybody doing that? I mean, obviously she's a prominent public figure. She ought to have a bodyguard or two, kind of like the Kardashians, right? But you don't need 40 Secret Service agents that cost the taxpayers a couple of $100 million a year to protect a former vice president of the United States. Any former. It's why their security details are always canceled after 6 months because they're not relevant. They're not a top target. And anyway, whatever.
Yeah, you get some good insights into that protection, by the way, in the TV show Veep. Because it's a big entourage, an expensive one that has to be set up to protect the vice president. But if she's never needed or used, okay, bye-bye. Have a nice life.
Right.
I wonder if Tim Kaine is getting protection. I doubt it.
Well, if he is, that's a scandal. Yeah.
We have our first call. David Blackman with us at 272-9228 of this hour. Feel free to join the conversation. Dennis, welcome to the show.
Hey, good afternoon, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Look, Greg, David, look, just be honest. Newsom is protecting her so she won't infect the rest of the planet.
Well, I think he's really protecting her just to kind of tweak the nose of President Trump, and big deal. Who cares?
Yeah, really. I'm so afraid that something might happen to her.
Yeah.
Keeps me up at night too, Dennis.
Yeah, a lot of sleep over.
Everybody's losing sleep.
Text me your phone number, and next time we're both up at 2 a.m. worrying about how Kamala's doing, we can converse and be therapeutic and grow our friendship. All right?
Absolutely.
Thank
Sounds
you.
like a plan.
All right, great call. 272-9228. NBC in news in the Idiocracy by the news people has apologized, not for lying about Donald Trump for the last 10 years. They've apologized for not using the word she to describe the male Minneapolis school shooter.
They didn't use she to describe he, so that's worth an apology. It's amazing. Left is right, up is down, black is white, wrong is right.
How do people buy into this garbage? It just never fails to amaze me. JD Vance.
By the way, be glad you live in the United States and not in the UK, because we could be arrested for having that very conversation right there in the UK. We'd be thrown in jail.
Did they not just intercept somebody getting off a plane?
Yes, a comedian.
Yeah.
He was just on Fox.
Yeah,
really?
he was over in the US saying things they didn't approve of in his comedy act here in the US, and they arrested him when he got off the plane.
So they arrested him there for what he said here.
Yes. It's just a matter of time before they start tracking Americans and start arresting Americans who have violated their social media rules in the UK when they get off the plane at Heathrow. And the first time that happens, if it happens while Donald Trump's still president, there's going to be fiery hell to pay. Now if a Democrat's president, when that starts happening, they'll say, okay, cool, keep them. But if,
that's, I almost wish that would happen.
I do too. I want them to try it one time while Trump's in the White House.
Because Trump will give us the performance of a lifetime.
Oh, man.
Place. Oh man, but just that they're doing it, you got to know that Winston Churchill's spinning in his grave, and that country just appears to be lost.
It's lost. It's a lost country. It's going to become a caliphate within the next 10 years. It'll be a Muslim country. And that's just, and the people there, they were out over the weekend with big demonstrations, flying British flags. And so what? They all went back to work on Tuesday, forgot about the rest of it. Nobody's going to do anything effective. And they're just going to all sit by while the country is steadily consumed by Islam.
David, I want to run something by you, your take on this. You're appointed to a very important position on the Fed board as a governor. And but while you're in that position, you do some sketchy maneuvers acquiring mortgages. You're kind of playing with the law and money at the same time. Somebody finds out about it and says, you're fired because this is a position. Is there a more unbelievable situation? Well, they're all unbelievable, but this woman, to me, I don't know what her background is. I don't believe she was qualified to make the board. She was appointed by Biden, right? Lisa Cook?
Yeah, it probably didn't have any qualifications. Doesn't matter in the Biden administration.
No qualifications for it. And
Pete Buttigieg was transportation secretary. How could there be any qualifications that are real?
And we've still got planes bumping into each other on the ground at airports. So he's left a legacy that still stands today, because you wonder what is going on in the control towers of America, that there's been so many of these type of collisions. Those should not happen ever.
No, they shouldn't. But she's got 3 houses where she's claimed homestead exemptions in 3 different states. Right? And so
I thought you could have one of those.
Well, you can have one, right? Because the house that you actually live in is what you're supposed to claim. It's your homestead. And so there was a report, there was an interview conducted on CNBC yesterday. Ken Paxton, our attorney general, has been accused of this, right, by his opponents here in Texas, John Cornyn and his liars, his paid liars. So they're trying to equate what Paxton's done. Paxton and his wife have invested in real estate their whole careers. They've run a business. They've made a lot of money. They own a lot of houses around the state. And so when you buy a home from someone in Texas, let's say you buy a home in May, your homestead exemption, and let's say these people were occupying their home, it was their homestead. So your homestead exemption in Texas renews every January. And if you buy a house from a person with a homestead exemption, that homestead exemption is applied through the end of the year. It stays active on the home. It applies to the home, not the person. And so Paxton and his wife have bought several homes from people who were living in them and had homestead exemptions and received that exemption through the end of that current year. And they're trying to equate that situation with this member of the Fed Reserve Board who has bought homes in 3 different states and claimed to have lived, actively lied on her mortgage application that she's going to live in the home and claim the homestead exemption in 3 different states. It's not the same thing. But the dishonest media is going to try to do that to Paxton because they prefer a milquetoast like Cornyn over an actual conservative.
Yeah. Interesting case, this from Gateway Pundit this afternoon. A far-left federal judge erupted during a hearing today after the DOJ dismissed a case against a D.C. man who threatened to kill President Trump. Earlier this week, a D.C. grand jury declined to indict Edward Dana after he was arrested damaging a light fixture at a D.C. restaurant. He also allegedly threatened to kill President Trump. and the DC Metro officer who arrested him. I'm not going to tolerate fascism. That means killing you, officer, killing the president, killing anyone who stands in the way of our Constitution. You want to stand in the way? I will effing kill you. Federal Magistrate Judge Zia Farakui on Thursday screamed for the bench and blasted DOJ lawyers during a hearing to dismiss the case. Also apologized to the defendant who threatened to kill Trump.
Hey.
I don't understand. All I know about that. It sounds like the DOJ wanted to dismiss the case. Why would they want to dismiss the case?
Apparently, this is somebody they've deemed unserious. It was something they said in the heat of an arrest.
Okay. So why is she yelling at the DOJ people? It sounds like the case should have been dismissed.
Trump, this is her chance to get 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Good for her. She's probably an Obama appointee, right?
Yes.
Would be my guess. Yeah.
Any judicial name that you cannot pronounce.
Yeah.
I've even heard, do we have judges here that are illegal immigrants? Did I read that the other day?
In Alabama?
No.
You do in California, you do. And New York City.
You could be allowed. By the way, Mamdani, his polling is as strong as ever. Yeah, it's a great name for a magician. Mamdani, the magnificent. Wait do you see how he makes New York disappear?
Yeah.
The good parts of it. I just.
Although he's only polling about 40% in that race. And it's still possible he could get beat, but only by Cuomo, and only if the current mayor, what's his name, Adams.
Isn't there talk about Trump giving Adams some kind of position?
Yeah, him and the Republican, what's his name, Sliwa. They're trying to talk them both into taking a job in the administration just to get him out of the race and give Cuomo a chance. Now, this is the saddest situation I've ever been in, having to hope that a damn Cuomo gets elected mayor of New York City to avoid a communist. That's how awful things are in New York City.
The most important financial center in the world, and they're about to put somebody in charge who doesn't want anybody to have anything that isn't given to them by the government. That'll work out great. Here is TK. You're on with David Blackman at 420.
Hey, Greg. A few minutes ago, you were speaking about losing your gun rights as far as mental illness. I've got 3 nephews and a son that served in Afghanistan and Iraq and in the Marine Corps. And all their buddies, they came here to my farm, and we had big weekends, and they decompressed. And but they were all afraid to go to the VA to get counseling because they would be considered, once they went to the VA and said they were suffering from PTSD and all of that they would lose their right to own a gun.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's crazy. My son, one of his buddies, came about 10 years ago, probably 8 years ago. He came, he had served with him, and he had been in Syria and seen some awful stuff. And he came down about 2 weeks after he got home, and we're in the bunkhouse, and he says, if I start screaming and hollering in the middle of the night, just leave me alone. Don't try to wake me up. He couldn't sleep with his wife or stay with his family because he was having nightmares about what he had seen and gone through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but they would not go to get help because they were afraid that they would be labeled.
All they wanted was counseling, right? But if they went, that would be classified as a mental illness, and then the VA would
eventually, yes.
Well, if they were worried that they were going to harm themselves.
It was not I don't know if it's true or not, but that was what they believed. If they went in and said, I'm having problems, and they would just label them as.
Well, we can
they
only
would get
hope
a
that
label on 'em.
in these next years of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio, that we reform the VA and get much better treatment for our veterans. That's got to happen.
Yeah, I mean they need it. My son came home. And he had to go to 2 funerals of buddies that he had been in with 4 years. It blew their brains out.
Yeah,
it's like these guys. I mean, I do all I can to help them.
Well, let them know that there's a lot of people that appreciate their service. We hope that this works out in their best interest, and we thank you for sharing their story, and stay in touch with us on it, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, my friend. All right, and we'll wrap up the first segment of this hour with Crawdad at 4:23.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Blackman, next week on the 11th, that we've not had T. Boone Pickens with us for a while. I wanted, for a lot of people who don't know a lot about this world that you have worked in, could you please talk a little bit about we need our president and family to have a good friend as much as T. Boone Pickens was good friends with the Reagans, so I'm going to hang up and listen.
Yeah, T. Boone was a really one of the most interesting people that's ever been in the oil industry. I knew him back during the 90s and aughts, just through interactions with him at industry events. Really nice guy and really strong businessman, hard-nosed. He was close to the Reagan administration. He knew George Shultz and the president both. And gave them good advice on energy. They didn't take it all, but he gave them good advice. But Boone was all over the place with wind and a lot of other stuff during the 90s and the early years of this century. But he was just one of the most interesting guys. He built a company that became Pioneer Natural Resources, which was the biggest Permian Basin driller out in the Permian Basin when ExxonMobil bought him for $56 billion 2 years ago. And, so he was responsible for all that. He just left a real legacy behind in the oil and gas business. A lot of people, a lot of friends of mine knew him as well. And just really an interesting character. But he sort of had the same role with President Reagan that Harold Hamm has had with President Trump. Harold Hamm is another he's an Oklahoma oil man, Continental Resources, multi-billionaire now, but he created that company from scratch. And another guy who's just risked his fortune 1,000 times over the last 40 years and made billions of dollars as a result, a real risk taker. And so it's good for presidents to have senior advisors like that who are independent producers. You don't necessarily want, and nothing wrong with the major oil companies, but you really want an independent producer who's risked their own fortunes,
right?
Understands the perils and the dangers and the risks, as well as the rewards of the oil and gas industry, to be having the ear of a president. So it was really good that Reagan had Boone, and I think it's a good thing that Trump has Harold Hamm, and now, of course, Chris Wright over at the Department of Energy is already the greatest energy secretary we've ever had in the history of that job. And so Mr. Trump, President Trump, has been very fortunate in the people from the oil industry who have he's become close to and give him good advice.
All right, we are at 4:26. We have one more segment with David, and when we come back, among other things, hey, you want to talk about Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's been a minute.
She's on the list, and of other topics we you have to cover. David, while we're taking this break, let's give people your blog address so they can look you up and support your work.
Yes, it's davidblackman.substack.com. It's called Campaign Update. Just look for me at David Blackman on Substack. It'll all come up. It's really easy, and we'd love to see you there.
All right, and we have extra time with David on this Thursday and every Thursday moving forward. So feel free to join us on the phone at 272-9228. You'll never guess what I'm going to talk about next.
Jake Quellen.
Jacqueline. Yes, Jacqueline. We do call her Jake Quellen because she's our friend. When you're in a crisis situation with a family law situation, divorce, separation, somebody from the past trying to change the rules, or just without even letting you know, taking your child with whom you have visitation and moving 2,000 miles away. What do you do when that happens? Well, the worst thing you can do is panic. The worst thing you can do is break the law, make threats and things like that, because they'll come and get you. The smart play is to consult with lawyers who will fight for you, who will provide you with legal leadership, who will digest your situation and put together a plan and lead you through the crisis. Legal leadership is my name for it, and you've got it at Delkin Tomlinson, attorneys at law. Dana Delkin, Jacqueline Tomlinson really stand up for their clients, go to bat for them, and protect. I mean, that's part of the gig. I did not have that in a previous divorce, and I paid a very terrible price. Wasn't looking to hurt anybody, but I wasn't looking to get a really raw deal in the end either, and I did. So, and some of us just aren't good at advocating for ourselves. So that's why you hire two people who can advocate for you. And they're just amazing to me. The legal wisdom is readily evident. You'll get that with your consultation, but it's that look in the eye. Okay, we got this. Here's what we're going to do. And then just follow the leadership of Dana Delk and Jacqueline Tomlinson. They also handle wills and all matters of family law, adoptions, blended families, and more. For a consultation, reach out at 819-4810, or if you know somebody who might need their help, don't hesitate. Recommend them at 819-4810. Delk and Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
A representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Oh, by the way, find them online at thealabamafamilylawyers.com. Traffic at that 1890 News is next. Back with David Refute.
Well, our latest accident, East South Boulevard and Norman Bridge. Please watch out for emergency units there. We also had an accident, East Boulevard in the vicinity of Lagoon Park Drive, minor in nature. That one may be off the roadway, but use caution just in case. And traffic continues to build. Very busy everywhere, including Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka. We'll keep you updated. Trentham State can help you change your life. Exciting and profitable careers are just classes away, and you can get started right now. Go to trenthamstate.edu and discover what the future holds. Wendell Che, Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Jack Ingram Nissan. Shop now at jackingramnissan.com.
1819 News.
U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville has raised over $1 million for the month of August for his campaign to become Alabama's next governor in 2026. This amount was revealed in recent campaign financial reports. Also in the Attorney General's race for Alabama, Jay Mitchell raised $371,000 for August. Mitchell says all of his donors are from conservatives that live here in the state. Catherine Robertson raised $360,000, and Pamela Casey loaned her campaign $500,000 in August, which has given her campaign a total of $595,000. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
An attorney in Bay Minette is now under arrest after attacking a city council member this past Wednesday. Attorney Harry Steele III was meeting with Councilman Matt Franklin when the discussion turned towards the newly elected mayor's plan to fire all department heads when he takes office. Police were called in after Steele allegedly threw Franklin to the ground and kicked him. Steele is now facing assault charges. Spirit Airlines is pulling its flights out of the Birmingham Shuttlesworth International Airport as part of a bankruptcy restructuring plan. The announcement came this week from Spirit Airlines and involves a total of 11 airports that will lose the airline service starting October 3rd. The decision was made to position the airline company for long-term success. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
In the market for a used car? Visit jackingram.com to view our selection of luxury, domestic, and imported vehicles. With 8 locations and online at jackingram.com, Jack Ingram Motors is sure to have the perfect car for you.
Here at Adams Drugs, we let our customers do the talking. I'm here with Ronnie Taunton, who was a longtime customer of Adams Drugs, moved away for 3 years, and came back to town recently. Ronnie, what did you do for another pharmacy when you moved out of town?
When we moved to Fairhope, we were looking for a local. We did not want to go to a big box store. And we did find one, but the service was not up to par. Adams Drug really spoiled us.
What was it like to come back to Adams Drugs again?
It was very easy. We picked up the phone when we got back, came up to Prattville and called the branch there in Prattville, and they took that phone call and did the rest of it. We didn't have to do a thing. It was very simple. We're glad to be back with them. They're so efficient and customer service oriented.
Come in to any of our 12 Adams Drugs locations. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net to find the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Jenny King, the king of clean, delivers reliable, high-quality commercial cleaning services through a proven franchise model that empowers local business owners. Jenny King's franchise owners receive the training, support, and resources needed to succeed, while clients benefit from tailored cleaning solutions backed by a global brand. Jenny King ensures consistent results, trust, and success for everyone we serve. Go to JennyKingCleans.com and find out how we can help you. That's JennyKingCleans.com.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
Do you have real estate problems? Whether you're facing foreclosure, inherited a property, or have costly repairs, we understand. At Rapid Fire Homebuyers, we're here to help. Any condition, any situation, we'll give you an honest cash offer for your home so you can move forward. Because when real estate problems cause you uncertainty, you deserve a solution you can trust. Any condition, any situation, we're here to help. Give Rapid Fire Homebuyers a call today at 334-675-1000. That's 334-675-1000.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Pretty routine forecast as endless summer continues. I've got the rain chances at 20% or less with partly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight low temperatures 70 to 72. Some hot days ahead with mid-90s on Friday and Saturday. Not exactly football weather, right? Lots of sun with rain chances, not 0, but 20% or less, And then perhaps upper 80s for a high on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Calvin Klein said being morbidly obese was cool. Then Nike used a man in leggings to sell women's clothes. They must think we're fools. Go woke, go broke. That's what they say. Try selling folks what they don't want. You'll find there's hell to pay. If you ask me, you should keep your politics to yourself and we'll both have a better day. Greedy banks lecturing me about DEI. Are they for real? And some whack jobs named Ben and Jerry want me to boycott Israel. It's enough to make you reach for a beer, but Bud's woke too. Next they'll call it the queen of beers. Guess this Bud ain't for you. Go woke, go broke. Different company, different day. Sell liberal insanity and you'll see that business plan don't pay. Best Foods don't want your opinions on Trump. Just want mayo for my sandwich, that okay? Why, oh, why do brands insist on committing suicide? Cracker Barrel, you could left me get it right. Hey, Wall Street, God, politics, and sex ain't your business. So do me a favor and stay the heck out of mine. Go woke, go broke. That's what they say. Had enough of your brand sermonizing like yesterday. Stick to selling your screens, beans, and widget machines. Oh, and did I mention Sydney Sweeney has great jeans?
Yeah!
All right. And David, looks like American Eagle made a very wise marketing move there with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, they announced today I'm sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Just quoting you, record-breaking number of new customers thanks to her ad campaign, which was cute and eye-catching and sexy.
It's a throwback.
Yes. So why are we? Do you think we're going to see this mindset leave? Because Madison Avenue has no idea what America's all about. They project, they are taking millions of dollars given to them by Procter & Gamble and other major average insurance companies and everything else. And they're taking that money and they're convincing the people to give it to them. Here's how we're going to make this work. And we're going to put together commercials that are primarily used to advance ideological ideas and not planting the seed that, hey, you should try this laundry detergent because it'll get,
Right. Well, I'll tell you who hadn't learned that lesson is Victoria's Secret. Do you see the new Angels ad they rolled out?
Oh, no.
Ad?
I thought they were off that BS.
No, they're promoting their fashion show, I guess it is. And, they've got a couple of their longtime models, beautiful models. And then they've got a chubby girl. And then they've got a trans dressed up as a girl.
No.
Yeah. So Victoria's Secret just seems intent on going bankrupt, and we should applaud them and let them do it.
Yeah. And don't shop there. I mean, that's just it. We're not going to, have a fake.
Well, I don't think you're in there all the time anyway, Greg. But
I have been once. Can I tell this story?
Why not?
Why not?
Actually,
just among friends here.
All right. I've actually been to Victoria's Secrets twice. I'm telling these stories because there is a lesson for men in these stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty good at looking at something and saying, this is going to look good on her. And it was a pajama top and bottom, white and aqua, winter colors. It was going to look great.
Yeah.
This is on the Greek chick. Okay.
Oh, so she had a good tan. The white would have looked great.
She was very nice, curvy, full. I mean, just
shapely, nicely shaped.
But I made the mistake, and I held up the pants and the blouse. Perfect. But they were a large.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh.
I had it beautifully gift wrapped. I presented to the Greek chick, and that was my first Victoria's Secret's enema.
Why? I don't get that. I don't know.
No, you can't tell a woman she's a large, even when there's mountains of evidence to indicate this is the size you need this outfit in.
I would think it was ridiculous if my boyfriend bought me a medium for vanity purposes. Absolutely. I would be like, you can look at me and tell me, I don't wear a medium.
I mean, the question, David,
no,
was,
don't.
Do you want to be comfortable or do you want to be upholstered? Being upholstered is not the way to wear clothes. That's not fun. It's like, it's too much. I did the second time I did it, I kept it simple. I bought a pair of panties.
Gift certificates are nice.
Where were you when I needed you, David Blackman?
Or Visa cards, just,
Opening something is nice. Like opening a set like that would be nice, but I don't understand the women being hung up about the size that they wear. And do you know, they do vanity sizing in retail now. If you go and buy a size 10 jeans now, 15 years ago, it was like a size 16
Yeah. Yeah.
because it has gotten so out of control.
Really?
And they've gone exactly the other way on men.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
It is wild.
can I ask you a question?
Of
Pamela?
course.
Even a wise man like David might appreciate the information you provide. You're in Victoria's Secrets, you are shopping for yourself, and you see me wander in
Yeah.
She calls the police.
with my
I'm like, please don't go in the dressing room. Good Lord.
with my plate from the Panda House, casually browsing the offerings at the mall. Does a woman think, hey, I like this guy because he's going to buy something for it? But every time I've done this, I'm always in there alone.
Yeah.
Or
Well, you can't bring a girlfriend to shop for your girlfriend.
and then
that's a worse look.
yeah. Or then there's the other thinking, well, is this guy in a women's clothes? Walking around in women's underwear, is this his thing? And so you wonder about that. So I haven't been back since.
I think I would assume that a guy was shopping for his significant other. Yeah.
And you give him credit for
Unless
that.
he's like wearing heels. And then I'm like,
no.
Ooh. But no, I would assume. And
I would have, especially on that first time, I felt so good about myself and this idea that she's going to love it. And it came right down to
that's a major red flag in a woman to me.
Oh,
run.
She was a mental illness.
Just one?
Yeah. I've had my ass kicked many times in this life by bad relationships. Which I once again want to use as a chance to say, remember, Delkin Tomlinson, attorneys at law, 819-4810.
I'm a happy customer.
We had another clip here, I think from and I keep accidentally hitting on that image of Sydney Sweeney. And I don't know.
Accidentally.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's just, it was another moment from the hearings today. Here it is. Democratic Senator Ben Ray Lujan tries to trap
New Mexico. Yes.
This is only a 90-second clip.
Share it.
There it is. Look at that. How fast I did that.
Whew.
And we are ready to show it with you. Watch us, by the way, Happy Hour with Greg Vidal on YouTube.
Mr. Kennedy, you hired a man named David Geyer to conduct this study. Is that correct?
No.
Is Mr. David Geyer working for HHS?
He's a contractor, but he's not conducting a study.
He's a contractor?
He's a contractor.
Do you know who works for you, Mr. Kennedy?
Yeah.
Do you know that Mr. Geyer is listed as a HHS on the employee directory as a senior data analyst, not a contractor?
He's a contractor. He's not an SGE.
So is your website wrong?
He's not an SGE. I don't know what
I'm going to pull up the website for you.
He's a contractor.
If the website says he is a senior data analyst, will you at least admit to the committee?
Well, I don't
that you
know
were
if
wrong?
a contractor can be classified as a senior data analyst
All right, sir.
or not.
Is
Probably can.
No.
Did you know he never went to medical school?
He's not. He's not practicing medicine.
Did you know that he got caught in Maryland and was charged for practicing medicine without a medical license?
He was charged by a medical board, sued the medical board, and the medical board was found to have acted in actual malice and was fined $2.6 million by a judge in Maryland for doing that.
See, so you choose to know a lot when you want to know a lot.
Oh, God.
It's incredible.
Senator,
It's incredible.
ridiculous.
So here's the question.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's ridiculous.
And
Ben
that
Ray Lujan is from the Lujan family that's run the state of New Mexico for 50 years. His father, his grandfather, all in politics, longtime political family in New Mexico. They're part of why New Mexico is such a basket case of a state.
See, if they were talking about who I used to work for when I was a contractor in the Air Force, they could put my job title on the employee directory of Maxwell, but I was 100% a contractor for
Sure.
a contract that worked at the base.
I was a
It's-
contractor at Shell for 2 years, and I was in the employee directory as a senior communications
Right.
advisor. You know, I mean, this is standard procedure.
Yes.
I was a contractor with Shell. Then they went to self-pay, and that was.
But I wasn't an employee of Maxwell
Right.
Air Force Base.
Right.
I was an employee of my contractor.
Right.
One of the court rulings that's been proper, and I never expect the first time for the court to rule the proper way. But an appeals court, well, if obviously there was an initial wrong ruling on this, the EPA can claw back $20 billion in Biden era green grants. And I'm sure the Wailing Wall is going to get pounded. The planet's going to be on fire because of this and everything else. They've been pretty successful actually at clawing back a lot of money, like that $2 billion that Stacey Abrams needed.
Well, that was part of the 20 billion. That 2 billion that was going to go to the outfit that she was going to be the executive director of got clawed back. That, just so everyone remembers, I know I've talked about this before here, but that was a 501c3 that had been created specifically to benefit from this program in like September of last year. Okay. That program's total income before the 2 billion was $100. Okay. Which was the contribution someone had made to it to pay its filing fee to become a 501c3. And they were going to give that group $2 billion pot of money to do with as they saw fit. This is, I mean, it's one of the worst examples of why Congress needs to completely do away with Section 501c3 of the IRS code and disband every organization that's been formed under it, because that web of dark money groups is in the process of destroying our country.
Yeah.
And it's the chief tool the Democrats have used to completely corrupt the news media. I mean, just pretty much every aspect of our society is corrupted by these 501. Everyone's read about the $100 million that was raised in the Fire Aid concert in California for the people of Pacific Palisades, and how that $100 million disappeared. You know how it disappeared? It got sent to 3 different 501c3 NGO groups. Okay. And, you know, and so not a dollar of that money has gotten to anyone who was victimized by the Pacific Palisades fire.
That's what I was talking about yesterday with Spencer Pratt.
And I have
Talking
that
about
clip.
that money. He's the only one talking about it.
Yeah.
I've got to play that. Scott Jennings giving a great assessment of Tim Walz. And again, every time I see that little fat head, I wonder, how can anybody in Minnesota take that man seriously and make him?
I don't know.
But Scott Jennings called it on the air a piece of Shinola.
Yes. Yeah. And, you know, they aired it. They didn't censor it on CNN. So I guess the 7, you know, George Carlin's 7 nasty words have boiled down to 6 now, because that word was among them.
I can't wait
you
till
can't say. Yeah.
David, I have a 40-second item here that addresses something happening in your state of Texas.
When you've got a hankering for a thick, juicy steak, do you want beef raised on a ranch in Texas or produced in a petri dish in California? Well, Texas has enough meatheads moving in from California as it is, so we passed a law against your manufactured meat moving in too. We're the Lone Star State, and when we get real hungry, we want real ribeyes and not fake flank steaks. Texans know that eating lab-grown meat goes against what the good Lord intended. It's a worse sin than putting ketchup on prime rib. Fake beef. It's what's illegal.
A big deal there, the fake beef, the lab meat.
No. So about 2 years ago, remember when it all started coming on the market, the grocery store I shop at, it's in Albertsons, set up a whole display for those fake meat products. Right. I mean, it was filled to the gills. and they didn't sell 10% of it before it went bad.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's slowly started disappearing from the shelves. They got rid of it 6 or 8 months ago. It just completely disappeared out of that store. So that stuff wasn't selling in Texas anyway, and I'm glad the legislature moved to make it illegal, because you don't know. I mean, that stuff may look like a piece of meat, but you don't have any idea the process that went into that and what's actually contained in that, whatever it is. So I think that's a good public health measure personally. And Tom Martin sure is causing trouble in the comments, isn't he? Whoever that is.
Yeah, I'm about to block him.
What is his problem?
Oh, he doesn't like Trump
He's
support.
typing words that you can't say on television too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You cowardly piece of. Well, hey man, you're going to get a call from Scott Jennings soon.
Yeah. You're
the mouse that roared. You are in a wilderness of conservatism. You're lost, and good luck to you, sir. At 4:33, we always talk a little sports here at the very end. Do you like this new Thursday schedule?
Oh, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Me too.
I'm just lazy. I got nothing to do anyway, so that's great. I'll come on.
And this really isn't work. It's fun.
It's fun. That's right. Exactly.
The Yankees are testing my mental health almost on a nightly basis. They have a great win in the first game. Then last night they get a 4-1 lead, blow it, end up losing to Houston, and they're going to lose tonight too. I just know this. I know this already. They're not going to win in Houston tonight.
And that just angers me to no end, because I just can't stand the Astros.
The cheating Astro holes.
Yeah, drives me crazy. And the Dodgers, they've lost 2 straight to the Pirates, and now Skeens is pitching tonight. Huh?
Didn't they get shut out by Pittsburgh?
Yeah, last night. Yeah. I mean, this lineup is the most disappointing lineup, I think, in baseball history. They can't hit. One night the night before they scored 7 runs, had a good night, just fine. Last night the Pirates got a pitcher on the mound with a 5.81 earned run average, and they can't hit him. Nothing. 3 hits the whole game.
Same thing with the one thing that all sports fans should care about is what it costs to go to a game now.
Yeah.
It frosts my pajamas when I see, one of the big free agents in the offseason will be Kyle Tucker, currently playing for the Cubs. He's having an okay season. But I read predictions where he's going to get between $500 and $600 million in the offseason. And I'm thinking that's insane.
Kyle Tucker?
Kyle Tucker, former Astro Hole.
He's a good player, but I mean,
very good player.
Yeah.
But I think where sports has to come to its senses is to find a way. Like Aaron Judge makes $40 million a year. He's worth every freaking penny.
Yeah, he's worth every penny. Yeah.
He is a star. He is a legend as an active player. He puts fannies in the seats. When the Yankees go to some godforsaken place where nobody goes to the games, that's where people will say, Aaron Judge is in town. I want to go see this guy, because he hits the ball 500 feet. Stuff like that. They've got to find a way to bridge some ground between really good, even great players, but people who are active legends. Ohtani is a legend.
Yeah. And that's Ohtani money. You're talking $500-600 million. That should be, that's Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani money. That's not Kyle Tucker money. I mean, he's good, but I just think if I'm the Cubs, I'm thinking, we'll have a great career somewhere else.
I really think he's going to be one of these guys that's in for a rude awakening. And then, this upcoming season next year is the last one under the current agreement. They better get their crap together and negotiate a deal that will extend the basic agreement. I don't want to hear about lockouts. I don't want to hear about any of that stuff. The fans always get screwed. Baseball, there should be a law against it being stricken, whatever the word is.
Yeah, what's the minimum salary? Minimum salary is like $1.2 million.
It's in that range. Yeah.
And so if the players, still aren't making enough money, Because I mean that $600 million you're going to pay to Kyle Tucker is going to be a 20-30% increase in ticket prices at Wrigley
Easy.
Field. Yeah.
It's already ridiculous there. It's ridiculous everywhere.
Yeah.
Baseball used to be the sport, the affordable sport. You could take a family of 4 to a game, depending on the market. But in many instances, you could get 4 tickets and a brew and a hot dog for everybody for about $100.
Listen, I took my kids to see Nolan Ryan's 7th no-hitter in 1995.
Lucky
we
them.
lived in Arlington. I had 4 tickets to it. It was half price Arlington night. We lived in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
And so got tickets for half price, good seats. I mean, good seats in the second, the mezzanine, which is the second level up, 5 rows, the 5th row back, beautiful, right behind home plate. And I paid a total of $60 for it.
Wow.
Now you would pay on regular night, just a normal night, $200 a piece for them. Okay. So I don't even bother to try to go to Ranger games now. I make a lot more money than I did then, even accounting for inflation. But I'm not gonna patronize that.
Yeah, even teams that nobody goes to watch, like the Marlins, they're in this $1 billion enclosed roof ballpark, which is very nice. But they built it in the worst possible area. Your average South Floridian is not going to go to Little Havana. There's no place to park. And the places you can park, it's $40 or $50.
Yeah.
If that's what it costs to park, you know what the tickets are going for. Fans need to be the next ones to strike. Let's end it there.
Sounds good.
Before you sign off, please give us your blog address.
Yes, it's davidblackman.substack.com for politics, blackman.substack for energy. I write and talk about both every day. Boy, do I create a lot of content. Anyway, come see me. It'll be a lot of fun.
Thank you so much, and we'll talk Monday.
All right. See y'all. Have a good weekend.
You too. All right. As we wrap up the 4 o'clock hour with a word on behalf of one of our great sponsors, Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, the people to call when you want good service for your current AC system to make sure it's running properly, that all the major components have what they need, the coolant is adequate, and then it's not wasting energy. You invest $180, you will get some of that back if your system is in good shape on an efficiently running unit, maybe all of it in some cases. You can also consult Clark's when you're ready to buy a new system, and I recommend it because they not only get you a good price on the unit, but they're the ones that take care of the installation and warranty work on it, service and so forth. That's a great deal. And their plumbers are just the best. I could tell more plumber stories than I can HVAC techs because they basically made it really easy. But the plumbers, I've given them some challenges over the years, and they just know what they're doing. They know how to diagnose whatever the issue is and apply a fix. And taking me from panic to panacea in just a matter of minutes in most instances. Team up with them at 277-2125. Your membership guarantees you priority service when you need it. That's important, too, for peace of mind. 277-2125, clarkcomfort.com, Alabama certification number 09098. As we go to the traffic dungeon, Wall Street Business, Salem Radio Network News, all coming up.
Well, we had an accident, Taylor Road at East Chase. We believe they may have moved that out of the area, or at least off the roadway anyway. Traffic extremely busy on 85 northbound at Taylor. Start and stop on 85 northbound from Taylor to Chantilly at times. And, of course, we're busy everywhere else, the boulevards, the interstates. Several little minor accidents not really affecting traffic flow. And Wetumpka, closure of the Bibb Graves Bridge. Got traffic very busy all over the city. Keep it here for updates at McKenna Nissan. Up to $7,000 off select new Nissans. Financing on Sentras and Altimas as low as 3.9%. 2025 Frontiers as low as 1.9% up to 60 months. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott. Stocks rose as Wall Street made its final moves ahead of a highly anticipated report on the job market. The S&P 500 climbed 0.8%. The Dow gained 8. The NASDAQ Composite rallied 1%. Treasury yields fell following data that showed weaker hiring among private employers and a potential increase in layoffs. Neither is flashing a recession, but a slowdown in the job market could push the Federal Reserve to cut the interest rate in a couple of weeks. A more comprehensive jobs report is due on Friday, which will likely carry more weight with the Fed. The Dow was up 350 points to close at 45,621. The Nasdaq gained 210 points to 21,707. The S&P 500 added 53 to 6502. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
There's nothing quite as exciting as another college football season kicking off. Eating Pizza Perfect pizza while watching the games makes it that much more enjoyable. In September, get $4 off any large pizza. You already know about the great pizza buffet at Pizza Perfect. Besides all the pizza you can eat, it includes spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13 at lunch and for dinner on Tuesday and Friday and all day Saturday. Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in East Brook.
Today's show is brought to you by the new season of 48 Hours on CBS. Glad to have you back. Because if there's one thing America craves, it's more murder.
Go to recoveryalive.com to register for Driving for Hope and support Recovery Alive with their second annual golf tournament on September 22nd at Arrowhead Country Club. That's recoveryalive.com.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon, and we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years, and now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. When you're on your feet all day, foot pain can feel endless and overwhelming. And when your job depends on your feet, it's even more critical to have the right support. Keith's story shows how Good Feet helped him get back on track.
Being a letter carrier and walking 20,000 steps, which equals up to about 10 miles a day, it's tough. I had back problems. That was scary. I've been delivering letters to the Good Feet Store for over 6 years. The people at the Good Feet Store really educated me and finally convinced me to try their arch supports. And lo and behold, I have no more back problems. Where I would be without them, I have no clue.
So if you're a letter carrier like Keith or anyone who's on their feet for a living, don't wait to find relief. Visit the Good Feet Store for a free fitting and test walk today. The Good Feet Store is in Montgomery, across from the shops at East Chase. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today, or just stop by the store nearest you.
Independent Glass has been your one-stop shop for all things glass since 1978. They offer a full range of architectural products, and they're armed with the knowledge and expertise to get even the most demanding job done, big or small. Attention to detail, 24-hour replacement services, and their uncompromising commitment to excellence is why Montgomery's first choice for all things glass is Independent Glass. Call them today at 263-2823 and learn more about what they can do for you at independentglassco.com.
Today is September 4th, Newspaper Carrier Day. Today, show how much you appreciate your newspaper carrier's efforts with a greeting card, folded in thirds and thrown at the end of their driveway. In the rain. Happy Newspaper Carrier Day.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
506.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced tough bipartisan questioning about his COVID-19 policies in a Senate committee hearing. On Thursday, Democratic senators clashed with Kennedy over his changes to vaccine recommendations, while some Republican senators also expressed concerns. Kennedy praised President Trump for the Operation Warp Speed initiative, but criticized the safety of mRNA vaccines. A bill that would allow Texas residents to sue out-of-state abortion pill providers for up to $100,000 has been sent to the governor. It's the first legislation of its kind in any state. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 350 points. The Nasdaq rose 210. More details at srnnews.com.
My papa says the Messiah isn't real. He's just a story.
So what? Home project comes Light of the World,
This is Jesus.
a hand-drawn animated film that will inspire the whole family to see Jesus in a whole new light.
He's the king of all kings.
He's nothing.
He is the light of the world.
Light of the World, opening in theaters this Friday. Rated PG.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save families up to $500 a month, and obviously that's a big deal, but they like it too, especially being part of something that reflects their values instead of working against them. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. Find out more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
I'm here and I'm actually paying attention. The news mentioned RFK, the lunatics, the mere appearance. The Democrats have been gearing up for these sessions to go. And ironically, who are they attacking? RFK Jr., a Democrat. But see, he was appointed by Donald Trump, which automatically makes him public enemy number one. And they all look crazy when they're questioning him. Like this woman, this is a clip from Fox News. RFK called Democratic Senator Maggie Hassan a liar to her face. You're just making stuff up. Well, that's what they do, buddy. By the way, she could be the twin sister of the Cracker Barrel CEO. Same look, the wan face, the black glasses. Lunatic. No. Yeah. I can't listen anymore of that. You know who doesn't talk about the COVID vaccine? Donald Trump. Because he found out, and we talked about this with David, Anthony Fauci needs to be dealt with. But that man put this country through what they all put the world through, and it had nothing to do with health. It was about power. One lie after the other. That was Trump's big failure in the first term. They were out to get him, and then, of course, at the end, they had to go with all their impeachment hoaxes and everything else. And don't they understand? We're kind of tired of all this crap, you know? Jeez. The same people that said I was a murderer because I sneezed in public. Hi.
Hi.
Brad McDonald going to join us in a minute here. Let's pay a quick visit to Jack Ingram, Signature Used Cars. And another story I want to go back to before I forget is this Publishers Clearinghouse thing. Somehow I missed that they went bankrupt, but it turns out that all the people that were getting money for life, their life has ended with the company, according to one of those lucky people getting $5,000 a week. It stopped, and now he might lose his trailer. They have incredible deals at Jack Ingram, Signature Used Cars. And some as low as 50. Well, I got to check to make sure it's still there because those on the lower end, they go quickly. And I want to see if that Rogue is still there, because if it is, and you're not, it is. Okay, it's a 2011 Nissan Rogue. Fabulous SUV. I'm on my second one. Had it for 4 years, and I've been driving them for a total of 7. $99.99. Check this out. It's got Bluetooth, everything you could possibly want on a pre-owned vehicle that's passed all these very rigid standards that Ingram has established for pre-owned vehicles. It's only got 40,000 miles on it. 40,000. That's less than 3,000 a year on average. So that car was baby. And if you wanted to live the Mercedes dream, you can do it under 20. You can do it under 18 at $17,997. The Carfax report, the mechanics, they're tasked with finding a reason to not resell the vehicle because they don't want somebody coming back a week later with a car that has a blown transmission or some other issue. They stand behind what they sell, but they make sure they've done everything possible before they sell it that it's going to provide the reliable miles you're looking for in a pre-owned vehicle. Start shopping at Jack Ingram's Signature Used Cars. 25 lending partners will get you done. Just get yourself into Jack Ingram's Signature Used Cars.
Hi, I'm Joseph with Rapid Fire Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 334-675-1000. I pay cash and can close as quickly as you like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and any location. I buy several houses per month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind on payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me rent houses. Do you own a house in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great. I love buying those houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast, call me at 334-675-1000. That's 334-675-1000. Now play that catchy jingle.
Sell your house the easy way. Call Rapid Fire Home Buyers today.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's Cleaning Service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, serving the River region with the best quality building materials for decades. Contractor to do-it-yourselfer. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Pretty routine forecast as endless summer continues. I've got the rain chances at 20% or less with partly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight low temperatures 70 to 72. Some hot days ahead with mid-90s on Friday and Saturday. Not exactly football weather, right? Lots of sun with rain chances, not zero, but 20% or less, And then perhaps upper 80s for a high on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Football is back. It is back tonight. Eagles host the Cowboys, and you won't be seen. Any Taylor Swift.
Oh, count me in then. Yeah, the NFL returns tonight, so the football world is whole. I really don't care. I have no interest in any NFL team anymore. When the Bears won the championship in '86, that's the only Super Bowl I've ever watched every minute of. And it was great because the Bears were they dominated the Patriots. They finally won a championship I could remember. And then, of course, it's very hard to repeat in any sport. I love the Dolphins when Bob Baumhauer played for them in Miami. They were a good character team. The guys on that team, they were awesome human beings. They set examples. They were old school athletes who played hard and were very involved in the community. It was a pleasure to work with them. And they made it to the Super Bowl twice. When Jimmy Johnson came along and they abused Don Shula on his way out the door, that was it. I really don't care about the Dolphins. And you know what? I think Shula cursed them because they haven't done squat for 30 years. I think it was 30 years ago they let him go. That's my football contribution for the night. Right now, we're going to talk to Mr. Right on the Money. His name is Brant McDonald. Welcome, Brant.
Greg, hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. Interesting day. The market was, tiptoeing into negative territory this morning, but I noticed it finished up. What was the news today that impacted the market and our money?
Yeah, so I think if you look at the trading action for the 3 days so far this week, there's been a little bit of backing and filling, which is kind of what we were expecting, really, for this week. This jobs number tomorrow, sometimes I come on and I say this is a huge report, and so on and so forth. But I would say this jobs report tomorrow is one of the bigger ones probably that we've seen in the last, say, 4 or 5 years anyway. It's a big one, just because. So a couple of things around this number tomorrow. One, we got the ADP report yesterday, which was weaker than expected. The second thing is, if you look at the jobs numbers from the last month, they were not very good. And then we had revisions to the 2 months prior to that month that was reported. And then again, yesterday, we reported on this, the JOLTS numbers, job openings and labor turnover numbers. Those numbers were well below estimates as well. And then today we get a report from Goldman Sachs, one of their big, economists, who comes out and says that he's been doing all this crunching of numbers and that he believes that there is another revision that's possibly coming in these jobs numbers that could be close to 900,000 jobs. And that kind of rocked the market a little bit today. It really probably didn't show up so much in the stock market numbers, but it did show up in the bond market numbers. And we got a little volatility there, and you look at bond yields, the reason we were a little bit biased to the green today was because the bond yields were down just a little bit. I think the world is pricing in a dramatic sort of slowdown here, but no one really knows for sure just how big this slowdown is going to be. And you combine that with other factors that are really, really eye-opening. I mean, big time eye-opening. I've talked for the last 2 or 3 years about this seismic trade with Japan, Japanese government bonds and the yen, and this carry trade, which is nothing more than an arbitrage between the yen as a currency and the U.S. dollar as a currency when U.S. rates were really low at one time. And so that trade continues to unwind, and the Japanese government bond yields, particularly 30-year yields, continue to march higher, and the world is expecting intervention by the Bank of Japan at some point. And then you see the same action going on in the United Kingdom, where they're starting to slowly lose control of their bond market. And you see the action in U.S. 30-year Treasury bond yields, which are now over 5%. So, you've got two different stories going on. Yes, lower short-term interest rates could potentially be a real positive for stocks, a real positive for the U.S. domestic economy. But if you've got 10 to 30-year bond yields that are not participating in that action, then that's a problem. That's a major problem. And again, we could sit here and discuss this conversation and get super complex about it, which me, I'm willing to do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think the bottom line, Greg, is what we're dealing with here is 2 decades now of substantial tinkering around with U.S. money supply, with this whole idea of quantitative easing from 08, 09, the great financial crisis, with the COVID situation and the fiscal and monetary policy response to COVID. It's our government and our central bank has done a lot of stuff with our money that has created this problem. And I've been saying for years now, I just want to see how they're going to get out of this mess. and we're witnessing it. They can't really get out of this mess. I mean, it's getting worse and worse and worse. And we continue to run these deficits. So it'll be interesting to me to see what this jobs number looks like in the morning. Are we going to get a weak number like everyone expects? And are we going to get some big revision, as the Goldman Sachs says? It all remains to be seen, and we'll see that number in the morning, and then the market will do its thing based on that. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow. So as usual, I'll be checking in with you at the 8:30 hour to give you a little commentary around the jobs number and what the report was, et cetera. And then I sort of suspect too, as we go through the trading day, there's the potential for some fireworks. We may even have to try to check in the afternoon as well to kind of wrap it up. So we'll see what it holds for us in the morning, Greg. But right now, not much progress in the market this week. Everyone is sort of, I guess you could say, on the sidelines waiting for this big report.
All right. Well, if there's big news tomorrow morning, 8:30 is always set aside for you if you need the time. Give people a heads up.
Yeah, well, you can count on it. This is a big piece of data, so we'll call in and give it to you and shed a little light on it, and we'll go from there.
All right, Brent. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
See you, Brent.
You got it. Y'all take care.
Take care.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor, and separate entity from LPL Financial.
What's our mutual friend Jay Quillen up to this afternoon?
I talked to her on the way in here, and she was going to Publix by herself before she picked up the kids. But she's probably home with them by now.
Well, let's reach out and see if she wants to join us at about 5:35.
Yeah.
It's not really a spinoff because the one character from the original Office TV show is in this, but it's from the same group. It's called The Paper, and Oscar was the cast member from The Office who is going to be part of this, and it dropped today on Peacock. So I believe we will have a review of that from Ms. Murray tomorrow, along with the weekend preview for what's, in theatrical release and stuff like that. More talk that the current mayor of New York is going to get a job with the federal government, which would consolidate the splitting of the vote in New York City and make it much harder for Mamdani, whatever his name is.
Mamdani.
In a way, I kind of want him to win. I want people to see how destructive a guy like that could be in a short period of time. And it still blows me away. When you've been to New York, you see these magnificent homages and monuments to financial success, successful people everywhere you go in Manhattan. Miles and miles of high rent apartments and condos and townhouses that people who make tons of money can afford to live in. And they're going to elect a guy who wants to confiscate all of that as their mayor. How does that even make sense? How is it even possible that somebody like that would have even a prayer of getting elected? But the left has done a good job, man. They've brainwashed a lot of folks. I need something we can play here. Maybe a little levity.
That would be great.
Yeah, I think we could use that this afternoon. And again, we enjoyed having David for the extra time here on Thursday. That's going to be his time now moving forward. We are seeking and hoping we can work out a different time with Mark Robert. Yeah. One of the issues there, by the way, just so you know, I watch America's Untold Stories, and now I've been watching What's Up with Mark Robert.
Lord Buckley.
What's Up with Lord Buckley. I keep forgetting. It's good stuff. I enjoy it. But I need to have a different day to get ready for Mark as a guest. So we're hoping that we can work that out with him because we've loved having him on the air for the last couple of years. Here's Skipper with the latest on your ride home.
Well, please buckle up, drive carefully. We're extremely busy everywhere. We've had a number of little minor accidents, even one reported on Taylor Road at East Chase. We believe they've gotten that one out of the way, but boy, we are awash with cars all over the area. Interstates, boulevards, start and stop at times. 85 northbound earlier between Taylor and Chantilly, and 65 northbound loaded up. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic conditions. Trentham State can help you change your life. Exciting and profitable careers are just classes away. And if you get started now, go to trenthamstate.edu and discover what the future holds. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
Hi, I'm Jane Ray, account executive with Blue Water Broadcasting. Why should you advertise with us? Radio is an active medium. It can create immediacy, driving shoppers to a specific store, brand, or to take a specific action. Radio ads engage with the audience in a personal and unique way. Contact me, Jane Ray, by going to bluewaterbroadcasting.com to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi, I'm Norm McDonald, and this is the news. Potential jurors for the O.J. Simpson case were asked to fill out a 75-page jury questionnaire this week. In the entire state of California, only one person got a perfect score. Xiao Ming Wu, who after the trial plans to attend Caltech. 4 Pittsburgh children were found in a house strewn with garbage and human waste after they'd been abandoned by their parents for 2 weeks. The couple was charged with child endangerment, but to their credit, they did bring the children a present. A T-shirt that reads, "My parents left me for 2 weeks in a house full of human waste, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt." Tourism in India has taken a dramatic drop recently. The State Bureau of Tourism has 2 theories. 1, airfares have gone up slightly in the past year, causing a decrease in travel worldwide. And 2, the plague. O.J. Simpson's new fitness video was released this week, and hitting the shelves next week, Simpson's newest video, Dorf on Stocking. The crowd is torn. In New York this week, Sammy the Bull Gravano was sentenced to just 5 years in prison for committing 19 murders. You better be careful, though, because New York has just passed a tough new law. 20 strikes and you're out. A comet hit the planet Jupiter last July, and scientists now say the dark scars have almost completely disappeared. But the emotional scars will be there for a long, long time. Ford this week recalled 2 models of cars, saying that they might explode during refueling. At Ford, quality is job 1, and job 2, making your car explode. What's it like to lose $35 million? Just ask Dale Sturdivant of Honesdale, Pennsylvania. That's how much he lost this week at a local convenience store when he failed to guess any of the 6 winning numbers in the state's Pick 6 lottery. When reached for comment by Weekend Update, Sturdivant replied, "Why are you making such a big deal out of this? I bought a $3 lotto ticket. It didn't win. Why can't you leave me alone?" Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel. The Food and Drug Administration announced today that while 1 ounce of Special K with 4 ounces of milk is a good dietary source of protein, 1 ounce of Special K with 5 ounces of milk is deadly poison. 70% of diners polled this week said there should be no smoking in restaurants. And 80% of diners said that restaurants should give away their food for free. This week, Disney released a new CD featuring a rapping Mickey Mouse. To avoid controversy, the CD will not include the controversial hit single, Cat Killer. And in a related story, this week marked the 5,000th performance of the Broadway musical Cats. It also marked the 5,000th time a guy turned to his wife and said, "What the hell is this?"
I love Norm. Watch one of the, there's a couple of good biographies on him on YouTube. I don't have the specific title, just search and learn about this guy. He was so totally normal.
Yeah.
You know, he was a dad and he kept that private and didn't want his kid being exposed to all the BS. He was a very grounded dude and on the conservative side too, by the way. It's 5:33. I believe Jay Quillen's going to join us in a moment. Let's check back in with Skipper, get some news, and then we'll talk to her.
Well, we have very heavy traffic, 85 northbound out of Montgomery from Taylor to Chantilly. A little bit of stop and go at times. Got a new accident reported, Taylor at Vaughn. Please watch out for emergency units reporting there. Minor accidents, what they're saying. 65 northbound out of Montgomery, very heavy traffic. And up around Pine Level on 65 northbound, we have an accident that has been lingering throughout the afternoon. A lot of folks are taking 31 to get around that. Very heavy traffic there. Everywhere we're busy. Buckle up. We'll keep you updated. When it comes to the big jobs, check out the new Cat Next Generation track loaders at Thompson Tractor. Bigger cab, more torque, more power, and great financing available. ThompsonTractor.com. They're just off I-85 past Taylor Road. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Some Montgomery firefighters are asking the city council to deliver a fair, competitive pay increase. The union that represents Montgomery Fire and Rescue is asking for a 10% raise, but Mayor Reed has indicated the city will not be complying with their request. The city council will address the issue at a budget hearing on September 9th. Montgomery police have released the name of the person killed in a Labor Day shooting. The incident happened about 4 p.m. Monday in the 2800 block of Jan Drive, where 19-year-old Antoine Hartwell was shot and killed. This is Montgomery's 45th homicide of the year so far. Suspect and motive remain unknown. Our Montgomery Biscuits have entered into a partnership to create a Negro Leagues museum at Riverwalk Stadium. The museum will tell the stories of Negro League players and teams as part of the Montgomery Civil Rights Tour. Player exhibit highlights will include Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, and Satchel Paige, all born in Alabama. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
13th, he'll be live at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. Don't miss this legend of country music, ACM and Grammy Award winner Rodney Crowell, right here in Montgomery on November 13th at 7:30 p.m. Get your tickets for Rodney Crowell at the Impact at Ticketmaster.com.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Pretty routine forecast as endless summer continues. I've got the rain chances at 20% or less with partly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight low temperatures 70 to 72. Some hot days ahead with mid-90s on Friday and Saturday. Not exactly football weather, right? Lots of sun with rain chances, not zero, but 20% or less, you know. And then perhaps upper 80s for a high on Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Here's our newsmaker of the day. You know who's on the line.
Jay Quellen.
She's on the line. And we're going to talk to her about this unfortunate gentleman who won the Publishers Clearinghouse $5,000 a week for life prize, but they bankrupted, and now he's not getting $5,000 a week.
Ooh, that's uncomfortable.
No protection for that. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm home. Get ready to start cooking some dinner.
What's for dinner tonight? Just in case.
I think I'm gonna make hamburger sliders on the grill.
Oh.
I know. So, and some French fries. Easy peasy tonight.
That would be a good time to return your Tupperware and get it refilled.
You're more than welcome. I am hiding from my children and just doing what I do.
I want everybody to understand, I've been to her house. I've seen the kids. They're really awesome. But you do need that alone time.
You do.
I'm actually sitting at the dining room table, bejeweling my new Florida State shirt.
Oh, you got another one to do?
Yeah, so I haven't finished my Panther one yet.
Did you get one of those rhinestone stud impalers or whatever they did?
No, I'm doing this by hand, friend, because why would I do anything the easy way?
With glue.
There's that.
Just glue on every
and
single
I am, every single one. We are this is custom right here. This is custom made, friends.
Got some news from back home from Florida.
What's going on?
Well, we got a 44-year-old man now behind bars. He was having sex with his girlfriend. She noticed that he was watching porn on his phone, though, while they were engaged, and complained, so he headbutted her.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, he headbutted her in the middle of their lovemaking, so...
Did she get him for assault?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had actually had a prior battery conviction.
Oh, yeah, it's never a one-time thing.
No.
Yeah, the first time, but then after that, it's just
It's just the first time with that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they did make it to the 6-month mark in their relationship before he headbutted her.
That's fair, but still equally as repulsive.
Oh, yes. No,
what is wrong with him?
Because he'll do it again. He'll find another girlfriend after the law deals with him, and he'll probably do it again. Is that not a recidivist behavior?
It is.
Like,
and
who
porn
does
is
that?
poison for your brain, by the way.
Nobody noticed the big word I just threw around there so eloquently, too. I mean, I'm pretty proud of that.
I'm proud of you for using that $10 word.
Well, yeah. I actually got it for $5.95.
There you go. Look
the
at you.
Dollar General. Another woman in Florida was arrested for covering a neighbor's car with toilet paper. This happened at 4 p.m. Marsha Morgan, 58, dressed in a hot dog costume.
Yes, I love this woman.
Charged with disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. She was also drunk at the time, pled no contest to the charges. Nobody really understands why she was dressed in a wiener outfit.
Don't ask questions, man. Listen, if one of my friends got a phone call saying Jacqueline's being arrested for toilet papering somebody's car, she's dressed as a hot dog, they would not even think twice. They'd be like, oh God, all right.
I did see you in a pool with a headdress on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would you be shocked if you were like, oh my God, Jacqueline did what?
Actually, I think you're really good at keeping a grip on things.
Oh yeah, I mean, I keep it out of the criminal realm.
Because how can you
For the most part.
how can you keep a grip on me, your beloved and treasured client, and then if you're not setting a good example, which you do.
I mean, I do, but I'm gonna have fun while I do it.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And some other time we'll talk about pool music.
Oh, Lord. My neighbors. My poor neighbors. Well, in my defense, I was not DJ.
No.
I just happened to know every song that she played, but I was not the DJ.
Were those
Pamela
songs,
would have been very proud.
were those songs that were popular while you were in college?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Some high school, some college. But nevertheless, still bangers, like still party favorites today. These songs are never, well, they get out of the pantry. Well, that's what happens when you get in the pantry and I tell you not to.
Hey, here's a story from Brevard County involving the law and a woman who was arrested. She got a DUI Saturday. And after being arrested, recreated the same silly face she made in a mugshot for a DUI arrest 2 years previous. Would you recommend that behavior to people that get busted?
Doing the same mugshot picture?
The same face during the mugshot picture.
I mean, are you smiling?
She looks goofy.
Oh, then no. I would recommend just smiling because your picture is going to be there for a while.
Usually, isn't it there forever?
Yeah. So put your best face forward.
Good advice. Good advice. A quick reminder, our big September birthday event will be at the Baumhauers on the 24th of the month.
Okay.
We had a nice turnout there last night. We really
We
did.
did. We had a good turnout.
So, look, enjoy your dinner. We're going to rerun our interview with Tommy Tuberville from yesterday
Oh, I love that. Okay, good.
at the very end of the hour for those who missed it. And have a fun evening. Love the kids for
Oh,
me.
you know, I will.
All righty.
Bye, guys.
Bye. She is so awesome. All right. Yeah. We interviewed Coach Tuberville yesterday on the morning show at 7:00. We replayed it at the beginning of this show yesterday, and we're going to come back and play it for you. And again, I urge you, it's all good. But towards the end, we've been asking him, what's your plan if you're elected governor and you come to this crime-riddled town? What was it? Was it yesterday? Somebody called. It was in the 5:00 hour. They saw the woman that was on the ground by the Dollar General on Perry Hill Road, concerned that she might be dying or already dead, called 911 and got no answer at 5:30 in the afternoon. And you can talk to the mayor about it. I hear he'll just say, yeah, okay, so what? He doesn't care. He really doesn't care. 5:44, traffic, and Coach Tuberville coming up.
We had an accident reported earlier. Taylor Road at Vaughn Road. Please watch out for emergency vehicles there. Still very busy everywhere on 85 northbound from East Boulevard to Taylor to Chantilly. It's been a little stop and go at times, Taylor to Chantilly. 65 northbound, very busy, as well as Wetumpka area with the Bibb Graves Bridge closed. It has been really murder getting around the city up there. They've even had officers out directing traffic. Buckle up, drive carefully. We will keep you updated if anything else happens. Great shopping at Premier Place. And after shopping, eat at Poblano's, King Buffet, or Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt. All at Premier Place in Prattville. Another great McClinton Company development. I'm with Little J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
All right, we're going to disconnect the stream a little bit early today, but stay tuned for that interview with Tommy Tuberville.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can